At times, a short video can overturn the assumptions of the whole world. And this time, it wasn't just the army that was left speechless, it was the entire South Korean entertainment universe. In a matter of minutes, the less than 2-minute video took social media by storm. BTS's Jin and actress Shin Se-kyung were caught on camera walking together on a quiet public street late at night, with gestures that were too familiar, too gentle, and too real to be called acting. But what's really going on behind the video? And even more frightening question, is this not the first time? Anyone who saw Jin's expression in the video would not deny the existence of a gaze that could not be engineered. A gaze that belongs only to someone who stores taste. While Shin Se-kyung, an actress who has long been known to have a classic and emotional aura, looks so comfortable by Jin's side. Something that cannot simply be called a coincidence. Is this really just part of the promotion? Or is there a much deeper, much more hidden story? What makes this video even more suspicious is the context behind the meeting. This video was shot not on the set. No crew, no searchlight. There are only 2 humans who choose to walk slowly in the middle of the night on a street that is not too crowded but also not private property. In fact, Jin is seen briefly arranging a scarf around Se-kyung's neck, a small gesture, but for anyone who understands body language, it's an overly intimate form of attention. And who recorded it? It remains a mystery. But the video was too clean, too stable, to be called a random recording from an ordinary mobile phone. Something's not right. This clip instantly drags back memories of the incredible chemistry they displayed in the Don't Say You Love Me music video. In the video, which is designed like a short film, Jin and Shin Se-kyung play lovers who are at a crossroads between love and separation. Many praised them, even calling their chemistry more painful than the dramatic ending of our beloved summer. But who would have thought that a drama that looks so emotional might just be a reflection of a reality that never gets told? Don't Say You Love Me is packed in a cinematic format, but at the moment, it's the reality that feels like a drama script. Not a few soldiers feel disappointed, confused, even injured. Did Jin really keep the relationship a secret all this time? Was all this time, when he said that he wanted to focus on a career, it was just a shield? And furthermore, does HYB know about all this? Or do they cover it for the sake of image? Surprisingly, this isn't the first time Jin and Shin Se-kyung have been caught on camera in a suspicious situation. A few years ago, exactly in 2020, a fan had uploaded a long thread in the fan community showing coincidence photos where both appear to be wearing the same fashion items, such as bracelets, hats, to house slippers. At the time, many thought it was just a conspiracy theory. But now, with the advent of this new video, it all makes sense. All those little clues are like puzzle pieces that eventually form one big picture. There's something real between them. But why now? Why did this video appear when Jin was just finishing a big project and preparing for a solo promotion? Is this sabotage? Or is it precisely a signal that the genie wants to say something to the world? We know Jin is not the type of idol who carelessly displays his personal side. For years, he kept his privacy very tight, even seemed cold when asked about relationships. But his attitude in this video, too warm, too human, too honest. There are rumors that began to blow that in fact the project Don't Say You Love Me is not a decision of the agency alone. It is said that Jin himself proposed Shin Se-kyung as his co-star. If this is true, then this whole narrative will change. That is, from the beginning, the Jin may have designed this all as a form of indirect statement. But why should it be this way? Why should it be quiet? This question leads us to the darkest speculation. Is their relationship not sanctioned? Is Jin caught in an internal pressure that makes him have to choose between love and career? And if that's true, what about Shin Se-kyung? The notoriously secretive actress has never been rumored to have a close relationship with anyone after several long-running rumors with other male idols ended without any clarity. Has he been hiding in the shadows all this time? The more emotional, precisely the reaction of the fans. Most of the army felt heartbroken not because Jin might be in a relationship, but rather because of the fact that they were never given a chance to know the human side of their idol. One comment read, If she is happy, I will support her. But why hide? Why go through a secretly recorded viral video? Jin deserves a love story that is not silenced. Not a few feel that this video may be an attempt by outsiders to bring down Jin. But for those who are more sensitive, they actually see this video as symbols of resistance to fear that has been silencing the feelings of an idol. Could this be his way of saying that he was tired of hiding? On the other hand, there has been no official statement from HYB nor Shin Se-kyung's agency. Both chose to remain silent, despite pressure from the public and the media increasingly unstoppable. There is even speculation that the video was kept for a long time by someone very close to the production environment and was released only now for some reason. Is it related to the contract? Or even worse, revenge? To be sure, the effect of this video cannot be underestimated. Fans are split in two. The media is busy digging up track records, and Jin's name is again trending globally not because of songs or achievements, but because of a, possibly, forbidden love. And while the world continues to speculate, only the two of them know the real truth. But for now, the question remains hanging in the air. Is this a love that is being fought secretly? Or is it just a script too real to be called fiction? Is this just a coincidence? Is it just a role? Or is this the evidence of love that they have only been able to hide in silence? As the video began to spread, the mood of BTS's fandom changed drastically. From the euphoria of looking forward to Jin's long-awaited comeback since he was drafted into the army, suddenly the public was thrown into a maze of questions that had no way out. How is it possible that Jin, a figure who has always been known for being clean from scandals, known for being quiet about personal matters, appears in a video that is so personal, so emotional, and so real? ARMY in various forums began to dissect second by second from the tape. In one section, Jin is seen pausing for a moment, turning to Jin Se-kyung, then rubbing her hair against the night wind. The movement is so slow, so natural, and so slicing through the feelings of anyone watching it with the thought that it's not just acting. Jin Se-kyung smiled a smile that wasn't made up. Not the smile of an actress, but the smile of a woman who feels at ease next to someone she trusts. Why were they there that night? Not on the set, not in the context of work, not in a production costume. Only they, heavy jackets, face masks, and night loneliness are witnesses. But even more stressful is the timing of the appearance of this video. Why now? Why is Jin at a crossroads between his personal life and global expectations as a BTS member? One of the former Don't Say You Love Me production crew, in a post deleted minutes after it was uploaded, mentioned that Jin and Shin look so comfortable even when the camera isn't on. A statement that sounds familiar, but has a weight that hits hard when juxtaposed with that viral video. It's as if everything leads to one inevitable conclusion, that their relationship didn't start with a role, but maybe the other way around. That role is just a bridge to justify the closeness that already existed. Netizens also dug up old archives. One of the most attention-grabbing is a clip from 2021, when Jin attends a variety show and mentions, spontaneously, that her favorite actress is Shin Se-kyung. Many laughed at him then, thinking the genie was just saying a random name. But now, with this video in the background, the statement seems to be the first piece of a huge puzzle that has been hidden in laughter and jokes. Furthermore, fans also discovered that Shin Se-kyung had posted a photo on Instagram, which was then considered random, a night sky with one of the brightest stars. In the caption, he simply wrote, "Sometimes the most radiant is the most out of reach."
Nobody understood at the time, but now?
Many felt the caption could be a symbol of a discreet relationship that they could never announce. However, this video not only shook the public. Reportedly, HYB began conducting an internal investigation. Not because the relationship was considered wrong, but because the secretly recorded video had the potential to endanger the privacy of their artists. Who's filming? What angle was the camera taken from? How could the video be instantly spread in minutes in the international community? There is speculation that this is a soft leak from certain parties who are disappointed that their relationship has been hidden for too long. Or maybe this is Jin's own effort? a silent resistance to the unwritten rules of the K-pop industry, where love is a sin and feelings must be buried for the sake of image? If so, then Jin has just taken the biggest step of his life, not as an idol, but as a human who wants to choose his own path. Even more heartrending is the voice recording that appeared shortly after the video went viral. In the 15-second audio, a male voice very similar to Jin is heard saying, "If the world can't accept us, at least I want you to know, I'm trying." The voice has not been verified, but for many fans, it was an emo. Is the world ready to accept that love in the K-pop world can no longer be hidden? Or is it just a moment of devastation for two people who have been hiding behind the curtain for too long? Amid a storm of speculation and overflowing emotions, HYB finally released an official statement. However, instead of providing the answers the public expected, the statement invited more questions. In a letter released through the agency's social media, it said, "The video circulating today is part of the production documentation that should not be consumed by the public. We are investigating the leak and will take legal action against the perpetrators of the spread. No rejection, no confirmation." There is no defense against Jin or Shin Se-kyung. It is precisely the formal and cold tone of a statement that makes many feel that Jin is being sacrificed. In the comments, thousands of fans wrote about their frustration. "Why did you leave Jin alone to deal with all this?" wrote an army from Brazil. "If this is just a project, why not say it right from the start? If not, why not be protected?" To make matters worse, an independent Korean media search found that the video did not come from the Don't Say You Love Me production team. Even one of the editors involved in working on the MV stated anonymously that the video was never part of the official footages. I was surprised to see it too. Then, if it's not from internal production, where did the video come from? Possibilities that gave goosebumps began to appear. Could someone have followed them and filmed without permission? Or, even worse, was it someone in their closest circle who committed the betrayal? This question not only touches on the privacy of two celebrities, but also shows how fragile the boundaries between personal and public life are in South Korea's entertainment world, but it didn't end there. A few days after the viral video shocked the virtual world, an old post appeared in the Korean online community that mentioned that Jin and Shin Se-kyung were once seen together on the set of a 2022 show, but the news was deliberately buried by the management at that time. The post contains pieces of images that look blurred, but the faces and postures of both are so distinctive that it is difficult to deny. The meeting took place at a small cafe in the Gyeonggi area. The same cafe is now back viral and filled with visitors who want to know how real this relationship really is. Has their relationship lasted that long? If so, how strongly they kept the secret for so many years. And how much pressure they now face, when everything is open not by their desire, but by a leak that is not yet clear who is behind it. They are no longer two big names who just star in video clips. They are now emblematic of the age-old conflicts in entertainment. Love versus career, privacy versus publicity, people versus industry. Meanwhile, Shin Se-kyung finally breaks the silence through a short live broadcast on her personal account. He did not answer the question directly, but his last sentence haunted all the audience. Not all roles are played in front of the camera. The speech was greeted with deep silence. On social media, the hashtag We Support Se-kyung immediately jumped. It was partly interpreted that he hinted that his feelings for Jin were not part of the acting. Some believe that it is a form of silent protest because it is forced to hide a relationship that should be honest. Fellow actors began to speak up. Some expressed implied support, such as by liking Shin Se-kyung's post or uploading a quote about loving freedom. But from BTS's side, everything is still silent. Very quiet. Even Jin himself has not been seen online since the video went viral. Some fans suggested that he was shutting himself at home, while others believed he was in discussions with HYB about his next move. But behind this big drama, there is one detail that really makes netizens shiver. In the MV Don't Say You Love Me, right at 3:17, there is a scene when the character played by Jin hands a small box to Shin's character. Many thought it was just part of the script. But now there are suggestions that the box, which was never opened in the scene, could have had a personal meaning. Is it a symbol of an inexpressible love? Or is it a metaphor of a secret that is now finally open